कालेषु सर्वदा वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा
Intention drives energy. Let us create within ourselves the desire to attain the highest possible level of expertise, and may Lord Ganesha remove all obstacles in our way to achieving our objectives. Talking about objectives brings us to Bhagavad Gita, where Lord Krishna in his Upadesh to Arjuna says that we are kept from our goal not by obstacles but by a clear path to a lesser goal. Let us not be satisfied with a lesser goal, and let us aspire to achieve the highest possible expertise in whatever we do. Before I continue with the session today is a very auspicious day. Today is the birthday of our dear friend, Mr. Narendra Nayak. Please wish him all the best, long, happy, prosperous, and blissful life together with his family.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
God.
Thank
May
you.
God cover him with abundance, peace, happiness, goodness, and a long life.
Please sing with me. Happy birthday
To you.
Happy
birthday
birthday
to you.
Happy
birthday,
birthday, Narendra
Narendra Nayak
Happy
ji.
Happy
birthday
birthday to you. May God bless you, Narendra Nayak ji.
Thank you very much. All
And
of
you
you,
as
thanks
an
a
elder,
lot.
a senior should bless us all. This is an opportunity for us to take your blessing.
God bless. God bless.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Happy
Thank
birthday,
you.
Nayak ji. Narendra.
Thank you, sir.
Chidambaram.
Thank you.
Chidambaram.
We are very
Thank you,
grateful
sir.
to
Sorry with
Thank you.
We are very grateful, Narendra ji, for allowing us to join with you in the festivities at your home.
No festivity. No festivity.
Yeah,
Just I
today
got
is the festivities that we are there with you in the drawing room.
today. I happen to be late to join the meeting. That's all. Rest everything is as normal as it was. Thank you. I can't miss this at any cost.
Thank you, Narendra ji.
I am with you all. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks everybody,
sir.
my
Thank you.
brothers. Thank you.
So we will start today's session with this wonderful auspicious beginning. We will move on to a video. I want you to watch this video.
Awareness is not knowing. Awareness means knowing that you're doing something and the consequences of what you're doing as you're doing it. Awareness creates choice. Lack of awareness creates lack of choice. Awareness, the way I see it, is the solution to any human problem that has a solution.
What did you understand from this video? Yes, who would like to unmute and tell me?
Yeah, shall I, sir?
Yeah, Baba, please.
See, in this universe, there are so many things that is readily available as a dictionary. If you are aware, you can use that as a ready reckoner. That's what I have understood.
Yes, very good. Very, very well said. Yeah. Anybody else? Yes, Anilji.
Awareness helps us to take all preventive action where there is any risk. So we must be aware for all the problems, what we can anticipate, if possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Anilji. And I am ready to accept your answer on one condition.
Yes, sir.
You will always come dressed up like this beautifully.
God bless. Sure, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, we will put this condition. You want to answer? See, we have
Yes.
got two topis today. One is you and other is Indrajituji, and smiling. See, two senior people are showing us the way, and we need to take the, we need to follow them. Thank you, Indrajitu sir.
Thank you.
May I come in, sir?
Yes, Chidambaramji, tell me.
Awareness is just not knowledge. With the knowledge, how you will be able to solve the issues that are before you. With this knowledge.
Absolutely right. Bang on target. I am blessed to be in the midst of all these people. Yeah. Anybody else? We talk so much about gender equality. Why are the ladies of the team keeping quiet? Is it that you are so tired of talking at home that you want to maintain silence here?
No,
No,
they are
that's not
also,
Arunji.
Everybody started together.
The only reason we are not talking is because we want the male friends of us to feel that, they can also talk somewhere.
Oh God. So nice of you, Tasneem. We are blessed that you are also considering.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, I want to know, Umama, what do you understand by awareness? What did you understand from this video, Umama? Did you see the video?
Yeah, I mean, not completely, so sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is one of the advantages of being muted on the video. You can go about your thing and not.
Sir, for the benefit of all, can we have a look at the video once again, sir? If you don't mind.
Okay. I don't mind at all.
repeat session for Mama.
Awareness is not knowing. Awareness means knowing that you're doing something and the consequences of what you're doing as you're doing it. Awareness creates choice. Lack of awareness creates lack of choice. Awareness, the way I see it, is the solution to any human problem that has a solution.
So what did you understand from this video? Yes, Atul?
So when we are not aware, it's a certain blind spot. So we do not know what we are not doing. So awareness is something which clarifies certain aspects which we had been missing on. We are able to take the right decision. This is what I understood. And so this creates additional choices which we would not have even considered earlier.
Very good, very good. So what exactly has this got to do with opening, inspirational opening? What has it got to do with it? It has got something to do with it. What is it?
May I, sir?
Yeah, please.
So with the same thing, if I am talking to someone and I'm able to clarify on that person's blind spot, he will be all rapt attention.
Okay. But how will you know what is the blind spot of the other person?
So that would be my experience, because I would have known that, okay, these were the blind spots typically. So maybe I'm wrong, but maybe I'm 60-70% correct as I got.
Can I come?
Yes, Anilji, tell me.
You see, if we know the persona of our people audience, we can present in a better way. We understand what are their requirements. Thank you.
Okay. Yes.
One more thing.
Indrajituji, just a minute. Indrajituji, please, you raise your hand.
Yes, sir. Sir, most of the time, we are not aware of what is the problem, right?
Yes.
The problem itself has a solution most of the time. Once we are aware of the problem, 100% we can solve the problem.
Very good. Thank you. Yes, Narendraji, tell me.
You are aware, it doesn't mean that you are doing it.
Okay.
May I, sir?
Yes, two more participants have raised their hand.
Yep.
Yes, Rajendraji, tell me. Just a minute. Rajendraji.
I think this video, it has some message, but that message is not, I mean, it is a thought-provoking message. And that kind of a message may help as a to open the topic. It is it conveys something, but not, I mean, very crisp and direct actually, but slightly
Okay.
thought-provoking.
Yes. Yes. Who else has raised their hand? Who
May
else
I,
wants
sir?
to speak? Yes.
Sir, as a presenter, you must be aware of the needs of the participant, and you must be able to give solutions to them in your presentation through in the hint to them.
Okay. Now, friends, have you ever thought about it? I told that there are 34 different types of opening. There are 34 different types of inspirational opening that I'm going to discuss about. That is what I am aware of. Maybe there are 100 more. I don't know. I have created a list of 34 different types of inspirational openings based upon my experience, my understanding. That would be up to number more. Now, how many are you aware of? The question is, as trainers, a trainer means what? Someone who is aspiring to bring about a transformation in people, isn't it? You might be doing it in so many different ways. The question is, what are the various ways that you are aware of starting an inspirational opening? We will go in for a brainstorming session. We will take about, say, 20 minutes. I'm putting you all in breakout rooms. Into 3 breakout rooms, I'm going to divide the 21 who are here. And you are going to come up with all the ways that all of you are aware of opening inspirationally. And if there are categories in it in which you would like to place it, use your thought, your experience, what all you have done to inspire and transform people. Because oftentimes what happens, in the name of a training opening, we opening in a very lackluster manner. And we lose the audience writing the opening itself. So start thinking how many different ways you can open and whether you can categorize them. Okay, let's do this exercise before we go and see what are the various ways that we can open. I have opened the rooms. Please move into it.
How much time, sir?
20 minutes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Rehan, you can move into the room that you have been assigned.
Rehan, are you able to join? I'll try reassigning him. Yeah. Mr. Habib, are you able to join into your room?
Yeah, I just came in, just trying to join. Which room I just, they said.
You have been assigned to room number 3.
Okay. How to join in? Maybe.
Okay, let me try moving you to a different room. You should get an alert. Second. Please try now. I have assigned you to room number 2.
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Mr. Mathur, are you able to join into your room? Sir, you're on mute.
Yes, I'm joining. I'm running. I'm driving now.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just listening, please.
Okay.
Sir, I can join breakout room or not?
Yes, sir, you should be able to join. Are you not able to
I,
do?
I'm not in position to join, not coming.
1 second, let me try.
Yes, no. Now what?
Okay.
Welcome back. So we are in for some real enlightening session now. Yeah, I visited the rooms and I realized that I did not know 1/10 of what you people have created. That means there is so much, so many ways of starting a session. Okay, let's start with room number 3.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So we didn't run short of time, but we ran short on ideas, but we'll still share whatever we had.
Now, before you share the screen, tell me, Lakshmi, did you realize that there were so many ways of opening?
No, but we were trying to question how did you manage so many? I mean, how did you all list us
You
so
seem to
many?
have managed more than me.
We kind of,
Imagine.
yes, we did. So definitely, and it was everybody contributed in the group. So humorous start is what we just started with, and that's how we can open. So first one is a direct introduction of the topic. That's how you can what we learned in the previous
in the
class.
introductory. That will come in the introductory. Remove that. You see, you have got introductory, and then you have got what do you call it? Primers. Remove that. We are now discussing only inspiration. Yeah.
Okay. Then seeking expectations also, I think, will not be a part of this.
No, it can be. It can be. It can be. You can seek the expectations and then take them forward. Yeah.
All right.
Will please. I can't understand one thing. Can't you people hear the background noise, or is it only me who is hearing it?
Speaking, sir, we can hear some lady's voice.
Please mute. The moment you hear a voice which is not supposed to be there, check your audio whether it is on and muted. Yes.
I think that was my audio only. Sorry.
But your voice was there, so no issue. That's what we wanted. Yeah, please go, continue.
Seeking expectations from the participants, we can begin, we can open the session with directly having a participative kind of a view and see what others are expecting from that session.
Excellent.
We can have humorous insights. We can start with humor, crack a joke,
Beautiful.
but keep it subtle and within boundaries. Establishing the credibility of the speaker or the self, whoever is the presenter. So you can begin with that, and even that can be made
That
very
would go
humorous.
into that would go into introductory. Let us leave that alone.
All right. Icebreakers.
Yes.
You can have games, quizzes, fun facts. Individual
Yes.
inputs or participation can be picked up. We can also
Yes.
begin with some tribute to subject matter experts or some role models related to the
Yes.
theme.
Yes.
We can have thought-provoking questions.
Yes.
Just starting with a question, a problem situation given to them right away.
Yes.
Some interesting puzzles where we can give them some wrong answer and ask them to solve. Some myths and facts could be busted right in the beginning.
Yes.
Reading material can be shown, and which could be a caselet or just data or some graph or something, where then we are looking at examples. News clippings where factual data is picked up with insights, a news report, news in pictures, anything can be picked up.
Yes.
Historical clippings can be in form of movies, speech, data, anything. Storytelling, here this was very interesting because we felt right from the character can be created right in the beginning. We can have the plot changed in the beginning, so we can have surprise elements coming right in the beginning. Some mythical stories which can be parallelly related to the theme. Changing the point of view in the story, so like point of view from then audios
You can have Ramayana from Ravan's point of view.
Yes. So that will give another perspective to the session also. Audios, we can have some interesting shlokas that we picked up from your idea.
Incidentally, do you know, Lakshmi, already Amish has written Ramayana from various points of view.
Yes,
from the point of view of Rama, Sita,
and it's a very
Ravana.
good read, very interesting read.
You're right. Yes,
Yes.
That's another way of starting.
So we do it in schools also. We give them a fairy tale and we tell them, now give us Cinderella's mother's point of view or the prince's point of view and rewrite the story.
Yeah.
So we twist them. Or we can also twist climax now that we were talking about and see how it goes. Audios, we can have inspirational shlokas coming in, some famous speeches coming in. Podcast can be given as audio openings, dialogues, and just make them here. Visuals, we can have photographs coming in, graphs coming in. Again, any form of visual can come in. For videos, we can have TED Talks, movie clippings. Then we can have proverbs and quotations coming in right at the beginning and then starting the session with it. End in mind, we keep looping it so we know what is the ultimate final outcome that we are looking at. And then we keep, embedding it right from the beginning. So the opening should also have a flavor of the outcome or the takeaway for the participants.
Yes.
We can have completely unconventional ideas. Now, this is based on creativity. How unconventional can we get there?
Absolutely.
And anecdotes can be personal or from famous personalities. This is what we have collated.
Beautiful. The very first team has hit my ball out of the ground. Excellent. Superb. So you see so many ways are there that you can open your session and make the whole thing, a tremendous experience for your audience. That's gone. Beautiful. Very well done, room number 3. Give them a big hand. I think they deserve it. Very good.
Thank you on behalf
are
of
we
everyone.
all being so hesitant? Clap, damn it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, let's go on to room number 2.
Yeah, we are room number 2. We didn't have a computer this thing. We are telling it online.
Okay.
First one is the personal stories which we can relate to the topic.
Yes.
Then video clippings and pictures which are related to the topic, which are relevant, and quote of an influential person. We can start with that, or create a conversation regarding the topic with the audience, or do a monologue and dialogue kind of a thing. Create curiosity in the audience through visuals, puzzles, or questions. Use a captivating visual and continue the line of thought for the presentation. using the visual of a book of an author and using the quote from that book and developing the idea for the talk, and any recent event which is directly related to this topic, tag it along and use that to get the audience interested. You can also use a prop, like when somebody is talking about water scarcity, show empty pots, or even carry an empty pot into the this thing. Then give a twist to a conventional story and use humorous anecdotes or joke related to the topic, creating the atmosphere dramatic through voice or visuals or the audio, and create a suspense creating opening sentence, highlight a very unknown but relevant information or date, tag social issues that are current, and every day is an important day, like there are many events on a particular day. If any event can be related to that particular topic, use that as a prop to start the topic. And any recent live experience, like some foible we did just before the meeting or something like that, if it is relatable to the topic, use that. And share a optimistic story after highlighting the foible. Then ask them to do some certain simple things like clapping or reciting something, so that the atmosphere is created. These were some of the ideas that we generated.
Beautiful, beautiful. So one thing that has definitely happened today is all of you have got corrupted. You will never again be able to open your session in a boring manner. That is one thing that has happened now. Total corruption. Now let us come to the team number 1.
Yes, sir. I will share on behalf of team number 1. So this is our work with respect to the team number 1. We have grouped it into stories, audio, visual, statement, and other generic items.
So you have gone into the VAC mode.
Something like that. So in stories, it's a conventional story and the incident from our life, real life incident, and historical events, and this day in the history. For example, today we have discussed, like today is Narendra Ji's birthday, like that. This day event, like that we can start. Coming to audio, any music or good songs, humor, puzzles, poems. This comes under audio bracket. Coming to the visual, props, picture, video, sketches, some schematic things. Conventional statements, quotations, shocking statements. Start with some suspense statement, slogans, proverb, what if condition, imaginary situation, problem statement, then unusual definition. Then the generic items like questioning, quiz, give some activities to start, and have an icebreaker. That's from our group, sir. Thank you.
Good. Overall, you have all covered a wide range. There is no doubt about it. For a 30-minute activity, this is mind-blowing that you have all come up with so many ideas. And all you had at your disposal was 30 minutes. So what made you come up with so many ideas in 30 minutes when all along you have been opening, with a lullaby, putting the baby to sleep? So what made you people come up with such wonderful openings? Can you tell me?
You have set the platform in the past.
No,
recent past.
I had nothing to do with it.
No, we have been following your presentations, and implicitly we have learned from that.
Brainstorming? No. What made you come up with was when you were all sitting in a group, each one was competing with the other in coming up with a brilliant idea. What you required was competition, stimulation, a challenge.
Great.
This proves that all that you need is someone to throw the gauntlet and say, pick up the damn challenge if you have the guts. You pick it up and you do deliver. Moving forward, friends, become your own challenger. When you do that, you will be able to rip apart any competition. Having said that, let's move back into what it is all about. Whatever you have said is what is here. Nothing else is different here. Maybe it has been worded differently. Maybe it has been categorized differently for easier understanding and assimilation. Nothing else. The whole idea is moving forward, you should be able to understand when you have a program in front of you and you are faced with the task of opening that program, visit this cheat sheet. I call this a cheat sheet. It's a template with which you can easily find out the opening that you want. Types of inspirational opening. As far as I see, there are two types of inspirational opening. One is content-driven or content-based inspirational opening. The second is emotion-driven or emotion-based inspirational opening. Very much in line with what team number 1 was trying to do, visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. I have put visual and auditory and content in one side and emotions on the other. Now let us see how we do that. Now, content-based. You can tell an anecdote. I think this was that. For example, using the objective for a new product above an anecdote from a customer that demonstrates the need for the new product to capture the attention of the audience. Second is provide the definition of a term. What do we mean by a full service provider? We intend to offer a wide range of products that meet the needs of the variety of customers. You can start off by providing a definition for the key element of your program. Whatever the key element is, you can start with that. Third is reference and occasion. Cite, whenever we launch a new product, there is reason for us to celebrate and spread the excitement to our staff and our customers. This celebration is based on one such occasion. We are going to be celebrating the understanding of this subject, something like that, your reference and occasion. Cite a statistic that grabs attention. Like over 93% of all things understood by the mind is visual. Start something, this show, each of these openings should give you an opportunity to enter into the core subject and create space. Because what is the purpose of an opening? The first purpose is it should wipe away everything else that the audience is thinking and bring him to the current state. Number 2, it has no prior context, so it should create the context through which the course is going to be conducted. Number 3, it should stimulate interest. And then it should create space for the whole subject matter to move. So when you are citing a statistics or referencing an occasion or providing a definition or telling an anecdote, bear in mind that it has to be a shock and awe system, so that everything that a person is thinking is moved from his mind. State a benefit or share your credentials. Sharing of credentials does not mean about yourself. Like you can say, before I come to what I'm going to be talking now, I would like to talk about an experience I had when I started my career, the way I did yesterday, when I was talking about how I came to the understanding of the opening has to address wiping away everything from the mind of the person, the doctor. That opening was sharing my credential. State the benefit. What is going to be the benefit of what you're going to do now? You can tell them when you leave here today, you will have all the information tools to sell your new product to your customers. You will have all the methods up your sleeve by which you will be able to convince your people. show a picture, a chart, or anything that creates a visual impact in the mind of the person and explain it, how it is useful for the topic which is going to come. Ask a question. This is a very powerful way. Show something and ask a question. You can ask them. Just put a person's picture. Say, if this man were your customer, what sort of a complaint would you expect from him after you have sold your product to him? Do you understand this question? Do you realize
sir,
how
yes.
loaded this question is? What is the load in this question? Can any one of you tell me?
So
the question is,
shall I, sir?
Yeah, please.
Please repeat the question, sir.
You just show a picture of a person and throw a question at the audience. If this person were your customer, what sort of a complaint do you expect him to come back to you after he has purchased your product? If this person were a participant in your program, what sort of a complaint are you expecting from him after he attends your program?
So I'll talk about the product, sir. That is easy for me. So if it is a product, if that person photo is there, so I'll be in a position to design the product so that it caters the need of anybody across the
question you have thrown at the audience is this: if this person were your customer, what sort of a problem do you expect him to come back to you after buying your product? What have you done with this question? Think carefully.
Can I, sir?
Yes.
So the audience will tell the problems from their perspective.
The audience will tell the problem that they are having with your program.
Correct. Yeah.
Are you not understanding what you are telling? You are telling them indirectly when you are putting this question. Let us say, you are doing a service, a customer service program. And you are telling them that if this person were your customer, what sort of a problem do you think he will come back to you if he purchases your product? That means what? You are asking them indirectly, what are the problems which are most frequently attended by you in your company? Because those problems which are happening again and again in your company only will come to your mind. So automatically what you have created a cheat sheet of all the problems which the audience have faced in their respective career and companies. From there, you can take that forward. So you see, there are this many types of problems. Now, how can we categorize them and how can we address them? This is my suggestion. Then you put your program in front. Are you understanding what I'm telling? When you are putting a question, it should not be a bland question. It should be a guided question. Each one of these should be guided towards an objective. What is the fundamental rule for an opening? It should be next to the ending. That means you should start the opening with the end in view. So your questionnaire which you ask, or the picture which you show, the benefits which you state, the credentials which you share, each of them should address the ending without talking about it, so that in the end you can loop it. You can start with a strong narrative. That way, the way I had shown now, the day was, I got up early in the morning, I stepped out into the air, it was very peaceful. There was a gentle breeze blowing, taking away all my cares and concerns. I did a few, flexibility exercises, and then ran out into the street when suddenly there was a crash. And I nearly fell off my bed. My dream rudely awakened. It took me a few minutes before I could realize where I was. Room number 274, Brucha Hostel. 5th of July, 1976. My first night in BHU. A strong narrative, no front, no back, no explanation, no elaboration. Getting the entire audience thinking, what the hell is this all about? But they know the real story will come. Start with a strong narrative. A startling start. A startling start. What can be a startling start? The door was closed and there was a body lying inside and there was no one there. And there was a knife and blood all around. Someone was murdered, but how? Can any one of you tell me what this pertains to? Arushi murder case. A tremendous startling thing. Now you see, you can stake it and take this story and put it into a legal context, and you can create an opening for anything under the sun. For any subject, you can link it now. If the legal luminaries and the forensic experts can be fooled, my dear friend, tell me, can't you and I be fooled by everyday things? Critical analysis, opening. Critical thinking, opening. Creative thinking, opening. Design thinking. You can take this and open into anything. Don't restrict yourself. Don't think that the opening has to be like this only. All these can be used in absolutely any type of topic. All that you need to know is how to build a bridge between the opening and your topic. A startling start. Then you come to a mysterious opening. Start in the middle of the scene. What is the start from the middle of the scene? How do you do it? Can anyone give me an example?
Serials we have. That way, the trailers of serials or movies.
Yeah, tell me. Start.
Sir, I meant to say that the trailers and the movies, when the movies are released, before that they show the trailers, right? So they show something from the between. That way we have to start our presentation, taking one snippet of our presentation and speaking upon it.
No. You simply say, cars have barricaded the street, police surrounded the building, there was helicopters flying over it, there was no communication, nothing from inside the building. No one knew if the hostages were alive or dead. You have started bang in center of a hostage crisis situation. As you rightly said, Vishal, movies begin like this. Many movies begin like this. Or there is another way, another place where this thing begins. Can anyone of you tell me what that is? Anyone who has read a book knows what a prologue is. It starts from the middle of the story and then goes back to the beginning of the story. And this sort of a beginning, can be a very, very good opening, because what has happened is the entire focus is, how did this hostage crisis start? What has this hostage crisis got to do with time management? And so many things. Now, see, we will see as we move forward how absolutely weird openings can be created to get into the subject. And it will look so appropriate after you build the bridge. After you learn how to build the bridge between the opening and your body, it will look absolutely bang balanced.
Can I ask something?
Then what do you have? Start with a hook, like someone said. It's a wonderful way. And then start with a dialogue. Starting with a dialogue is a beautiful way of doing it. Like, the other day I said, you can say something like this: mistakes are a part of life. She told me, but what you did this time is inexcusable. What have you established with this? With this one dialogue, what have you established?
So a mistake has happened.
Mistakes are natural in life. You have established it. But all mistakes are not excusable. That also you have established. Having said both these, now you twist it and show that this was not a mistake, but a premeditated action with good in mind. Then you bring in the third element of perspective. Then you bring in the fourth element of not to jump to conclusion without knowing the full story. You see, you have opened up space for the entire program. One, mistakes are, to err is human, to forgive divine. Number two, everything cannot be forgiven because you are not divine, you are a human being. Number three, what you see need not necessarily be true. The old adage goes, believe only half of what you see and nothing of what you hear. And then finally, mistakes need not necessarily be mistakes, even though they appear like that. It could be a premeditated action, which could be adjudged to be a mistake. So you see, your entire program can unfold with this one dialogue if you can handle it properly. All that you need is the ability to bridge, and that ability to bridge will come with practice. And that's what we are going to do next. You are going to now select. I'm going to give you 3 topics. I'm going back to this page. Take a screenshot of this. Have you taken the screenshot? All those of you who are behind the screen, please take the screenshot.
Taken, sir.
Take a screenshot of this. Taken?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I am giving you 3 topics. The topics are creativity, storytelling, and self-actualization. Using these 14 content-based opening techniques, I want you to create an opening each for these 3 in your group. I'm dividing the group into, the entire lot here into 3 groups. I want creativity, storytelling, self-actualization.
Can you show 1 to 9, please, against the screen?
You have not taken screenshot?
1 to 9, yes.
1 to 8. Yeah.
1 to. Okay, this is done.
Eight and 6, 14. Now take a screenshot. And what you will do is on creativity, storytelling, and self-actualization, you will create 1 opening each. You can take any of the 14.
Sir, excuse me, just show me the last slide, sir.
Where were you, Shyam?
So I was focusing, it got, by the time it got, sorry, done.
Okay. Otherwise, we'll keep on going forward and backward only.
No, for done. So normally I used to take.
Creativity, storytelling, self-actualization.
Self-actualization, okay.
In these 3 headings, I want 1 opening each from any of these 14. But not for the same. Don't take the same opening for all the 3. Take 3 different openings for these 3. There are 25 people here. So I'm dividing it into 4 groups. Please go ahead and create the openings.
Time, sir.
Time 30 minutes.
10 minutes for each.
Open.
Mr. Sagir, Mr. Jagdish, are you able to join your rooms? Mr. Jagdish, are you able to join your room?
This is the first time, people refuse to come out of the breakout room. Usually, that is a mad scramble to get out of it. That is a traffic jam.
We wanted actually more time.
Yes, I also confirm. And there is the statement. We wanted.
We were short of time, sir.
We couldn't touch it, that third point also. So
Time was short.
We should give another 20 minutes more.
Yes.
I don't mind giving another 20 minutes more, another 30 minutes more, provided you tell me that you are ready to sit here till 11 o'clock.
I don't mind, sir.
You are in a day zone, not night zone. For you it is full day.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
here it's only 3 o'clock.
Yes, creativity.
Room number
Sapraji,
4.
which room we are? We are 4.
Room number 4.
Are we 4?
Yeah, I think we are
Let
4.
us start.
No, whichever it is. Room number 4. Can I hear from you?
Forgotten everything.
Sapraji,
Yeah, I will.
we are room number
I will
4.
share the screen. I will share the screen. Okay. Okay. So for creativity, we have got 2 alternatives. The first thing is begin with a formula, a slide containing formula that C is equal to K multiplied by I multiplied by J. What does it have to do with creativity?
Okay.
So that is one thing. And the other one is there are this puzzle. So 9 dots without lifting the hand and without coming back, how would you connect all of them? And then say that there is a creative way in which you can solve an apparently impossible problem. And I think
No,
storytelling.
what do you mean by saying creative way? This is a very good idea.
So you are saying how
will you link this? You can link this by saying, creativity is all about making your own rules of the game.
Yeah.
One thing, and another thing is, as long as you are thinking within the problem, you don't find solution. You have to think out of the box. You have to put your creativity into it so that you can solve the problem.
Good. Yes,
So
that means there has to be a link statement.
Yes. Sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next. Beautiful. Good. Very well done. Next.
Next one is a story, an incident that happened on board my ship. I was singing.
I was telling you now that never ever start with the introduction, a story. Again, you have started. This is a habit you have developed.
Please start all over again.
No, nothing. Suddenly start the story. No preamble.
I was asked to sing a song on board ship.
I mean, on board the ship, why? If you are asked to sing a song outside, you will not sing, is it? Just say, I was asked to sing a song.
I was asked to sing a song. I was singing, and one of my friends continued the song, the stanza which I didn't know. He sang very well. So I wanted to tell him he really sings well. But meantime, I couldn't express my view. So suddenly there was a break, and then we went for our duty. And he met with an accident, and he passed away. I couldn't tell him what I felt because I just waited for little more time, which didn't come. So please, whatever you want to express immediately. Don't wait for the next moment. You may miss. This is this, and that which I missed.
Now you see what you are doing here, Narendraji. This is just for everybody. Storytelling is reliving. It is not narration. You are narrating. How I would tell this story? Let me tell you. I was singing when suddenly a portion of the paragraph went off my mind. And my friend very helpfully continued the story with me. It was a jugalbandi between me and my friend. It was a roaring success. People really enjoyed it. From the bottom of my heart, I felt connected with him for having helped me at that moment. The unfortunate part of it is I never could express it to him. And before I could get an opportunity, he met with an accident and passed away. Friends, do you realize the burden I carry inside me of not having expressed my gratitude to him, my feeling of brotherhood when he did that? Even if I wish to get an opportunity now, I will not, because he is not there. I sincerely hope this does not happen ever with any of you, and you are able to express your feelings before anything untoward happens in life. Close.
Thank you. Beautiful. Beautiful.
You feel it. You know, you internalize it. What really you are feeling, you express. Don't tell a story like a story.
Got it.
We are telling a story, not narrating a story.
Yes. Got the difference.
Relive and take the people along with you. Yes, Umama, you have raised your hand.
So just a follow-up question, sir. As a part of an opening, can we go ahead and talk about anything that is sad or anything that expresses dismay?
What do you mean?
I mean,
Wait,
just a thought.
by the end of today's day, you will get an answer to that also. I told you now, you have emotional openings.
Yeah.
Sadness is a very powerful way of opening. Very, very powerful recency effect it creates. Okay. Sadness, danger, bleak, sarcasm, causticcism. Remember one thing, all these are very, very powerful. Have you heard the word picaresque?
No.
Huh?
What is that?
Okay. I am unable to recollect the name of Shah Rukh Khan became very famous in this movie Bazigar. Why? Why was Bazigar such a big hit?
He played a negative.
The hero was
anti-hero.
Anti-hero, a lovable anti-hero. That is picaresque. And it's a very powerful opening. You know, every one of us has within him or her the extreme desire to be naughty, break all rules, have fun, and not get caught. Do you know that? We all have
Very true. Very true.
Every one of us has it. And every one of us dreams of it. You know, that is why someone said that anything which is fun, enjoyable, and alluring, as someone wisely said, is either immoral, illegal, or forbidden. And anything which is allowed is the most damn boring thing in the world. So you see, any sort of a negative emotion, if you know how to handle it in the opening, you can make tremendous impact. Because nothing sticks to the mind like negative. Nothing sticks to the mind like negative. But yes, you should know how to transition from that.
So what was that word you said, sir? Picaresque. How do you spell it?
Picaresque or something like that. Like, offhand, don't ask me. I'm not an English teacher. If Sujata ji had been there, she would have told you correctly.
No, that
but I think picaresque. Lakshmi will be able to tell.
Picaresque.
Correct?
Picaresque.
Yeah. The anti-hero, the love for the anti-hero. You know, there is this movie which has that guy, that guy, you know, who has hair and everything. What is that movie? It has number of movies have come. He's a pirate in that movie. English movie.
Of Caribbean.
Huh?
Pirates
many
of Caribbean.
sequels are there. Many sequels are there for that pirate movie.
Oh.
Okay, well, you will know. Today itself, you will know who that person is. Even though I don't remember the name. Okay, yes, Umama, you can start with a negative. There's absolutely no problem. In fact, negative openings are very powerful. Very, very powerful. Yes, room number 3.
अतुल जी आप स्टार्ट करें प्लीज.
Okay.
I will add on to the self-actualization one, which we kind of carried it forward outside the breakout room also.
So here I hope it was clear. Here we are trying to say that if I have not understood the other person's point of view, he will not understand me. So I have to understand the things from the other person's point of view so that I am able to communicate. So I'm using
it was
this.
a very
creativity
beautiful,
angle.
Atul, just a minute. It was a very beautiful opening, messed up by the follow.
Oh, sorry, sir.
It's a beautiful opening. So now what you should have done?
Tell me, sir.
Friends, what do you think I did?
Oh, okay.
Leave it. Now let them start talking. Let them think. They will say, you did like this. Okay, I did like this. So what does it mean? You all saw what I did. I'm not asking you what I did.
Okay, got it.
And when I ask you this question, what did you understand? What am I trying to find out? Your point of view. And my point of view, put it inside, your point of view will explain it. Friends, let's start the course on point of view.
Excellent. Thank you.
Point of view is what creativity is all about. Different points of view is what is defined in layman's term as creativity. Take it into creativity and keep going. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
This is just you started it, so I took it forward. Like this, you can have many ways of taking it forward. Yes, second story, second opening.
So for the group 3 only, we were kind of running short on time. So we have isolated in isolation only. We've tried to curate everything. One of them was also a video that, again, we thought about creativity, which if you want, we can just quickly share it. It was a 50-second video for the opening. This was again on a video introduction, if a point of view or creativity. And then for storytelling, we couldn't
How will you
brainstorm.
take it forward? This is a beautiful one, but how will you link it with creativity?
So how we think and how we think out of the box. Have you ever thought?
No, but how did all these things happen?
This is all breaking the norms. Egg should break when falls down. The ball should go, jump down the staircase, not fly up. The solid glass, when crashes, the liquid should flow, but the liquid is static. So, things like these are all when you think out of the box, when you think differently, when you can think that this is also possible.
Okay.
So that is how I had used this video not for creativity, but for making people think differently. So not definitely creativity, but that's how the second was
that's
storytelling.
Okay. Only thing is the link, if it can be created powerfully, if it can be articulated well, then I think it will be a very, very powerful video. It's a very, very interesting video, and it can be a very powerful video.
All right. For storytelling, we didn't kind
Mind
of
sending it to me?
concrete anywhere.
Do you mind sending it
Yes,
to me?
yes, sure. I'll share it on the WhatsApp group. I'll
Thank
send
you.
it to you.
Yeah.
For this one, storytelling, I didn't think we reached any conclusion as to how we could start it. So we didn't want to use the mundane things, but we didn't reach any conclusion there. For the last one, self-actualization, this is, I have only picked it up. I'm doing it on behalf of the group, but these are the few quotes where I felt, because I was trying to think that self-actualization in nature is also happening, if not humans. So metamorphosis is something. I really like these proverbs, like just when caterpillar thought of the world was over, it became a butterfly. So we can just start with this visual, or something like we realize who we are when we remember whom we can become. So realizing one's potential can lead to self-actualization. But again, this is not a unanimous thing done in the group, because we didn't get time enough. Yeah.
Never mind. Yes, group number 2. A very good job done. You know, within that 30 minutes, what more can you do?
Could I suggest something, if possible?
Please.
This second video, we just show and then say, miracles could happen in your life if you attain the level of self-actualization. The one where the ball doesn't fall, or those kind of things, no? Just show that very video and then say that miracles could happen to your life if you attain the level of self-actualization.
The linking will be very difficult, Rajendraji. It is very abstract. It's very abstract.
Okay.
I'm not saying that it can't be handled. I'm not saying it can't be handled, but you see, it becomes very abstract. And sometimes, you know, so much of abstractness people might not be able to relate to. Yes, room number 2.
Yeah, good evening, Indrajit.
Good evening.
The
Yes.
group was having a very active discussion. Only 5 persons were there in the group. Anilji, Habib, Sham, Chidambaram sir, and myself. First, his topic is the creativity. We choose ask questions. If you are having a third hand, what will you do? If you are having a third hand, you can use it for the social issues. And people all have the 3 hands. I feel this world will not have any problem. No poverty. Everything will be removed. Then second is the storytelling. We use state the benefits. Today, no, I'm going to the second one, storytelling. First one is finished. We used to ask questions. Storytelling. Today, 13th November, I am going to tell you the very important event. Friends, don't miss this event. This is CPR. On 21st of March 2021, I lost my cousin, V. Indrajit, 64 years, when he was attending a AGM. After finishing his talk as a treasurer, come to the seat, fallen, he had the cardiac arrest. 80 people were watching, none of them knows CPR, how to do it. Today, my friend Jagdish Adappa is going to the session. Please listen carefully. This is the emergency first aid. Please learn. This state the benefits I used. Self-actualization. Here I'm going to use share your credentials. From my age of early years, I started saving. At my age of 60, I have my saving in my bank. I am not dependent on anybody. Whatever I want, I'm free from worries, I can do. I can spend for myself and help others. Not only this, from my age, I maintained my health. And also I am controlling my emotion because I'm doing meditation every day. Thank you. So all the 3 has been used. Here is the share your credentials. Okay. See, all this thing with the group 1, only I'm presenting it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Team number 1.
Sir, from team number 1, I'm just sharing the screen. We have not done much. We have just tried to get into it, but we couldn't get bigger insight of
But
it.
storytelling is the second one. Why you are telling it first? Excuses are nothing but storytelling.
No, the thing is that
Okay.
we
I'm
couldn't,
just
we
joking.
couldn't,
I was
sir, we
joking,
couldn't.
Mama.
Yeah, I
Leave it.
understood.
Tell.
After a moment, I could understand that. So in fact, we couldn't get any good thing out of our discussion. So we beg your pardon. Thank you.
Yeah.
So we will learn from everyone, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, tell.
No, sir, there was no concrete things that I can open up now. It was here and there bits and pieces.
Doesn't matter. Tell those bits and pieces. Let's see. We'll be
Okay. So we started with creativity, and we thought that a mysterious opening will be better for it. So a shrill cry echoed in the mist. There was a woman, the result of a stab by a boyfriend. So that from there, something
Wait,
has
let us
to
see a
go for.
mysterious opening for creativity. The boy stood captivated looking at the ceiling. The chandelier was moving up and down in a rhythmic arc. Every day in the morning, this boy used to come, light the chandelier, and watch it. And he realized that it takes the same amount of time going from one point to another. And as he was watching, his heartbeat increased. He could feel it. He realized that it was in total synchrony with the moving chandelier. Friends, Galileo had invented the pendulum and become the timekeeper of the world. All this happened in the Cathedral of Pisa in the year 1400, so and so, so and so. What is it, if not creativity, which makes a boy think of timekeeping from a swinging chandelier? Now you enter into creativity. Mystery, history, invention. Think, Bala, or everything is there with us. We don't have to go outside and search for it. Isochronicity, isn't this what pendulum is?
Yeah.
Then isochronic rhythm was found by Galileo, if I'm not mistaken. Am I right or wrong? Okay, now come to storytelling with a hook.
We have not attempted for it, sir. We thought that it should start with the hook, but we couldn't start anywhere with respect to the storytelling with the hook.
What sort of a hook you want to create?
Can I come in?
Yes.
I'm just giving an idea. I mean, it could be a train journey, a passenger just sat on the train and suddenly while he's, or maybe an aircraft and he's trying to put his baggage in the overhead cabin, he kind of feels something which is not like a suitcase or something. It's very soft. And as he tries to dig in and he takes his hand out, he realizes there's blood.
Yeah, something like that can be there.
Thanks, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, self-actualization.
So for self-actualization, I've just written my own experience. We have taken a share your credentials. So during my primary school days, I was very fearful in attending the competitions. So my father said, Please come. Those days, he has shown certain videos and photographs how he has talked. So it has inspired me. And at the end of the school, I want to see that I am having confidence on it. So at the end of the fifth standard of my school days, so I have recited all the 1330 verses of the Tiruppural. I have made it on the stage and got appreciated by the principal and the government officer. So I understood that if the intention is there, anything is possible. So my self-realization has happened. From there, my life has turned it. So I'm out of fear. Friends, if I can do, why not everyone with us, of us? So that's it, sir.
Yeah, this can be developed. Okay. Thank you, friends.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes. See, what I would suggest you do is, you have all selected some topic as your primary topic, isn't it? Create an opening with all these 14, content-based openings. Create one opening each with all the 14 types. Should we do that? What will happen is that will give you an idea as to how to transition into it, and that will also help you when we do the class on transition, because transition is one of the subjects for this course. How do you transition from one point to another strategically? Okay. Thank you, friends. It was very, very enlightening, very interesting. Now what we will do is we will have a 5-minute break, and then we will So can we start now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just a minute. From here, we will move to emotion-based openings. There are 20 different types of emotion-based openings that you can create. The first is the unexpected. Get the audience wondering what it has to do with the program. Totally, it should be unrelated to the program, but you should transition into it. The second is an acerbic opening, an astute observation accompanied by an implied sigh of disgust at what's happening. The third is a bleak opening without hope or encouragement, depressing, dreary with a bleak future. Does this answer your question, Umama, where you are asking whether you can have negative? Bleak is as negative as it can be.
Understood. Yeah.
As negative as it can be, you can go. But only thing is, the trick is going to be in transitioning from it. Then you have the confiding, where you are willing to tell someone about a secret or a private matter and trust them. You are confiding in the audience something and trusting them to understand what you are telling. Cynical, believing that people are motivated purely by self-interest, distrustful of human sincerity and integrity. Cynical openings are very powerful openings. Then you get disorienting, causing someone to lose their sense of direction totally. These openings are powerful because, they wipe out everything that is there in the mind of the audience and create the type of opening that you want to create space, stimulate interest, and penetrate very deep and anchor your thought. Enigmatic, difficult to interpret or understand. It will be very mysterious. Then you have got that appository, intended to explain or something, as it in an appository prologue. A prologue is there, as we were telling just now. Epigrammatic, the style of an epigram, concise, clever, amusing. A foreboding, a feeling that something bad is going to happen. fearful and apprehension. Gritty, real, courageous resolve. Inviting, offering the promise of an attractive and enjoyable experience. The opening should create a promise of an enjoying experience. Then a picaresque opening, relating to an episodic style of narration, which has got the anti-hero's appeal in it. Pithy, concise and forceful, vigorously expressing the idea cleverly in a very few words, supported by a very powerful, or visual. It can have tremendous impact in your presentation's opening. Poetic, everyone knows poetic, having an imaginary or sensitively emotional style of expression. Then prefatory, that is, something like an introduction. Only thing is, it is at a very high level, a wonderful beginning. When you have a grand canvas to paint, how do you open? You have a very vast canvas, and you want to show them the vastness of that idea, the grandeur of your program. Prefatory openings are wonderful openings. Can any one of you tell me a master in this opening?
You repeat it, sir.
A prefatory opening, when you have a huge canvas, a very broad canvas. And you want to open.
Can I try, sir? I don't know if I'm right.
Yes, tell.
Elon Musk.
Is it James Bond?
Let us say you are having a program on time management and you want a prefatory opening.
I will try another method if you're not for time management, sir.
Try for anything.
Okay.
But tell, I'm waiting.
Okay. And just now, because my mic was not okay. Let others be Brutus. You try to be Julius Caesar. Let others be Judas. You try to be Jesus Christ. Let others be Booth. You try to be Abraham Lincoln. Let others be Katappas. You try to be Bahubalis. Let the whole world be bad. You try to be good. If then the world is one rascal shot, as they say.
Fantastic, superb. This is a very good, prefatory opening. They are very good. Are you understanding what I'm telling?
Thank you.
This is a very classic example of a prefatory opening. Excellent, Chidambaram sir. Then you have the romantic opening. Everyone knows what is romantic. I don't have to tell. Characterized by a suggestion of an idealized view of reality. Romantic need not necessarily be man and woman only. It can be an idealized view of reality. Everything is totally ideal. Then you have the sarcastic. Sarcasm should bring a smile to the face and eagerness to hear more. It is a good opening for a touchy subject. Any subject which is very touchy, like gender equality, posh, relationship, parenting, married life, a sarcastic opening is classic. One classic sarcastic opening is, I am the boss of the house. I wear the pants. And my wife has allowed me to do so. You are ready for it. You see, another thing they say in another opening can be that I always have the last word in any fight with my wife. The last word is, darling, you are right. So you see, sarcastic openings are fantastic openings. Then caustic opening. Caustic opening is again a very powerful way of opening. Caustic opening is scathing sarcasm in a very bitter way. They are very good openings because they simply hook the person up. Then finally, the rhetorics. Rhetorics are normally questions in nature. We will see when we discuss about questionings and rhetorics in a much more elaborate manner. Now, I have explained this to you. Please take a screenshot of this.
Because satires are also considered as emotion-based openings.
What I will do is, before giving the breakout room activity to you, I will show you an example of all this. Don't you think that will be better?
Yeah.
I'll show you an example of all these openings. One example I will show. Then we will have an activity where I will give you 3 subjects. You will have to go and create an emotional opening for all the 3 subjects. Is that okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now.
So the previous slide, we have not taken the screenshot. Yes, sir, taken.
You see, one of the breakout room activity is on 3 subjects. You will have to get 1 opening each for gender equality, time management, and lifestyle management. Okay. Now I'm going to show you all the 20 different emotional angles as opening. Now, one thing you must have realized that content openings are long openings, emotional openings are short, crisp, below the belt hitting openings. They all hit below the belt because they have to create an emotion in you, and the emotion can be created only with the abruptness and brevity. You can't talk for long with it. So it has to be very short and very crisp. The breakout activity which was planned is for gender equality, time management, and lifestyle management. Okay, now let us see. The unexpected opening. Migration of birds to Vedantangal after a copious time is a good example for which type of opening, for which subject. Migration of birds to Vedantangal after copious rain can be a good example of
Rehabilitation. Rehabilitation.
New norms, policies, or
Anybody
change
else?
management.
Rehabilitation.
Time management. Every year after the copious rains, migratory birds flock to Vedantangal. This seemingly pedestrian introduction appends itself with an intriguing premise that raises a question in the participant's mind that must be answered. And what is the answer? Birds maintain their frequency to match the coming of the rains. They do not try to manage the rains. Rather, they come to coincide with it. You can say that the rains coincide with the migration and not vice versa. Knowing how to manage your time is very important. You have to follow the rain will not follow you. So you have to manage your activity to coincide with the time available to you. You can't try to manage time to accommodate your activity. You can open up into the subject. Is it clear? Are you understanding what I am telling?
Yes, sir.
You can't manage time. You can only manage your work. The birds cannot manage the rain. They can only manage their coming to Vedandangal to coincide with the rain. This is how an unexpected opening can create an opening for your program. Now let us see the next one. Cynical. Gender equality, you will get it in your next word. In this word, only woman can demand it. This is a cynical view. And now how do you transition from it? Gender equality, you will get it in your next word. In this word, only the woman can demand it. How many men think like this? Is it because they are scared that they will lose their rightful position on this earth? Do they not realize that it was a woman who gave birth to them? In reality, my dear friends, who should really be asking for gender equality, you or a woman? Take it into the thing. You start off looking cynical, then justify it by positioning the woman at a much higher plane and then showing them that gender equality is in fact a compulsory thing, a necessary thing in the society for an evolving society. Now let us come to bleak. Today the eyes express only one emotion, fear. Having lived a life of total indiscipline with no consciousness of hygiene and dieting, the pandemic and its requirement of discipline are killing us. And we need to manage our lifestyle better. Can you imagine how healthy and how safe we would have been if we had always been disciplined and maintained a good lifestyle of good dieting, which will lead to a good immune system, good exercise leading to a good immune system, good work habits, which will lead to a good immune system? Your fear of COVID is a result of your indiscipline. A bleak opening for a lifestyle management. Are you understanding what I'm telling? Or do you feel it is far-fetched?
No, it is very apt, very apt.
Think, how, all these things are shocking. Each one of them, as I said, they should do three things. Number one, they should wipe away from the mind of the listener everything he was holding before the time. Second thing, it should stand alone without a context. Third thing, it should create space for you to enter and unfold the program. Acerbe. We are very good at complaining of lack of opportunities, but are the first to complain of noise when opportunity knocks. This is a nuisance for the few people who have grown up. Friends, fortunately, everyone here knows how to avail of an opportunity. I'm happy that I am in such a group. Come, let's move and find out how some people are successful, because when opportunity knocks, they don't complain.
They complain about nice.
Then you have the confiding type. I wonder if I should let you have a glimpse of my thinking on this subject. And then enter into the subject. Disorienting. The temperature touches 45 degrees in peak summer in Chennai. It was one of those days. And here I was shivering with cold, teeth chattering as I hammered away on the keys of my laptop. I had again misplaced the remote. This can be an opening for anything under the sun. mindfulness, it can be an opening for. It can be an opening for forgetfulness. It can be an opening for focus and concentration. It can be an opening for anything. Then you have the enigmatic. Once upon a time, there was a woman who discovered she had turned into a wrong person. After hearing this, subtle but striking first line, can you resist finding out what happened to her and how it is connected to the program? Once upon a time, there was this woman who discovered she had turned into the wrong person. All because she had not followed her passion of wanting to become an artist, but had listened to her parents and gone and studied Diplome. Friends, stand your ground. You are unique in nature. You are one of a kind. And today we are going to discuss how to leverage our uniqueness and become the brand that we have to become. This can be a beautiful opening for a personal brand course. Every opening, can lead you into whichever way you want if you know how to transition, and each of these openings can create an impact. Are you seeing it? Are you able to relate? Why absolute silence?
Yes, yes. It is stunning actually how you can convert any story into any opening into something meaningful.
Yep. See, everyone, all of us, we have to do it. We can't just be predictable and do the same thing again and again. And each of them have the potential. It is not as if they don't have the potential in it. Now we come to expository. The sudden change in temperature was the reason for the problem. Carrier was wondering how to stabilize the temperature. Lost in his thoughts as he moved towards Pittsburgh railway station, he saw the steam engine and he stopped dead on the tracks. Now, at this stage, will you not want to know what exactly happened? What is going to happen now? By the end of this narration, you already know a great deal about the subject, but thanks to the introduction, you want to know more. Carrier moved into the railway station, and as he moved into the fog, he got the idea of how to control temperature in nature. How to let water in through the steam and control temperature. Friends, air conditioning was born. The year is 1901. Carrier had invented air conditioning, and the world was never to be the same again. This is a classic, example starting for innovation, creativity. Now let us move on to the next one, epigrammatic. Some people are the life of the party when they come, while some when they go. In which category do you think you fall? This can be an excellent opening for a relationship management. What is he telling? That some people come and become the life of the party. Some people come and spoil the life of the party, and the party can be good only when they go. Epigrammatic is a style of an epigram, concise, clever, and amusing. It is something like saying, I can resist anything under this sun as long as it is not a temptation. That means I can't resist a temptation. There is another way of saying, you can be an excellent example, at least as being a horrible warning. So you see, epigrammatic, there are lots of, this can transition into any sort of a program that you want. Foreboding. I have never begun a presentation with more misgiving. the current could fail, the Wi-Fi could fail, my voice could break, and you could get bored. But fortunately, the presenter is a bit intrusive here to let us know that we are in for a bit of unpleasantness. And this is where the twist comes. Fortunately, friends, none of these things are going to happen, because we are not going to be talking about something which is foreboding. The topic of the day is happiness, joy, excellence. You give a flip at the last moment by when you say, I have never begun a presentation with more misgiving, and tell them all the things which can go wrong, and then assure them that none of them are going to happen and that you are going to enjoy it. People crash onto the ground and they get anchored into the program. Gritty. When with the throw of the dice, you lose everything that you have. You get up, dust the seat of your pant and say, let's start all over again. Then you are a man, or else you're just a boy. The question is, are you going to be sitting here listening to me without taking action, or are you going to take action? And when you take action, friends, it is equivalent to getting up, dusting the seat of your pants, and saying, let's start all over again. Because here is an opportunity for you to rebuild, reconstruct, and redefine your life. This can be a beautiful opening for something like self-actualization, life coaching, or anything under the sun, where you incite them to take action in what you want to say. And this will be very closely aligned to the call to action at the end of the program. Inviting. Whether this program will change your life enormously or just sufficiently improve it will be decided by you. Now you observe here, this is a Hobson's choice. Both ways there is going to be a transformation in your life. You are inviting them into your life. You have extended your arm towards the passageway within, welcoming your audience to enter what promises to be an enriching experience in your program. Then the picaresque. I was talking to you now, Caribbean, Pirates of the Caribbean. This is a very powerful and alluring opening. It brings the audience immediately closer to you by making you look very human and likable. Picaresque is relating to an episodic style of narration, dealing with the adventure of a rough and dishonest but appealing anti-hero. If you can pull it off, it is one of the most successful openings, because deep within us, all of us is a mischievous rogue who wants to break the rules and enjoy the sweet pleasures of what is considered wrong and yet light. Everything in life that is any fun, joyful, and alluring, as somebody wisely observed, is either immoral, illegal, or forbidden. Do you accept this of your own accord, or is it being forced on you? Society, my dear friends, is created of you and me. So for the greater good of society, in the name of discipline, should we not control our desires? This can be an opening for social responsibility and many things like environment, population control, discipline. All these things can start from this. Pity. You are unique and so is everyone else. The question is, in what way are you unique and what do you intend to do about it? Again, here is something to do with creativity. It can do with, self-discipline, self-actualization. It can be with personal branding. It can be with so many things, where you point out to the person that the person is unique and he has the ability to transcend all limitations put on himself by himself and achieve the highest state of possibility. Poetic. He stood there feeling lonely amidst the rush of Wall Street. The crowd all around and the universe within, a forlorn, pathetic example of ambition achieved. This is a good example of relationship, of misplaced ambitions, misguided behavior. All these things you can go into this with this statement or with this poetic, or you can have any sort of a poetic opening. Strike hands, the glass has brimmed, the sun is on the hill. This life is good, but still too short. We two are best together. This can be a good opening for friendship. This can be a good opening for social responsibility. Then the prefatory, like what Chidambaram sir was telling. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. The age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness. It was the epoch of belief, it was the epoch of incredulity. It was a season of light, it was a season of darkness. It was the spring of hope, it was the winter of despair. Can any one of you recognize this verse?
So from Charles Dickens, The Tale of Two Cities, sir.
Absolutely, Charles Dickens, The Tale of Two Cities. So you see, this is the prefatory opening. The same prefatory opening can show contrast. It can be a very good opening to show that there is always a dichotomy all around you. And you have to decide whether you want to see the good in life or the bad in life. Whether you want to see the good in man or the bad in man. Whether you have to carry a grudge or you have to carry forgiveness. This opening can suit anything. Most Julius Caesar's were, most Shakespeare verses are good prefatory openings. Omar Khayyam's verse can be a beautiful one for time management. And the moving hand writes and having writ moves on. All the piety, all the tears will not rub out a single word from it or whatever it is like that. Or you can say, and tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in its petty pace, and all yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. All these things can be wonderful prefatory opening. The romantic. The classic example of romantic opening, very, very, very surprisingly. Can you tell me who used to open so romantically? Can any one of you tell? A very world famous business leader used to open every time romantically. Can any one of you think of it? Most of you carry him next to your heart in your pocket. Steve Jobs. If you live each day as if it were your last, someday you will most certainly be right. Remember that I'll be dead soon. It's the most important tool I've ever encountered to help me make the big choice in life. This sort of an opening, where you state a no-nonsense statement. They're very appropriate for motivational themes and subjects of life coaching. Romantic is not in the sense of love for person. Romantic is a lust for life. Steve Jobs, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Jack Ma are all people who have a lust for life. And every word that comes out of their mouth is a romantic uttering. They have romanced life itself to achieve the heights that they have achieved. Take their utterings, put it, and blast open the program. Sarcastic. It's a truth universally acknowledged that a married man is happier than the unmarried when his wife is off to her maternal house. I know most ladies here will blast me. They say every time, why do you bring your wife into it? What have we done that is so bad? The problem is you are all great and we are all inferior. That is the problem. So how was that for
I
another
was
state?
definitely about to ask this question, Arunji. Thank you for answering.
I know. After all, I am a trainer. I
Thank you.
know where I'm stepping on the landmine. So when a landmine comes, what I do is I take one of my participants and put them on it.
Mhm. That is why I have made you my guru. Thank you so much for meeting me.
Thank you. Thank you. So you see, sarcastic openings are wonderful openings. Only thing is you should know how to handle it, and if you can give the correct picture, nothing better than that. If for a gender equality, the other day, I think it was yesterday or today, I don't know when during our personal branding, I was giving an example, gender equality. I'm all for it. I'm all for gender equality. At least I get to carry my child for 10 months and can steal a march and claim superiority with my bitter half. And what is more, I don't have to listen to how much she has sacrificed for me by carrying our child. This is a classic, sarcastic comment. Then you follow it up. So you regret not being able to carry the child. Isn't it? So you realize the so-called weaker sex is stronger than you. Don't you think it is time you gave her the position in your life that she deserves for having brought you here? Or for taking care of your family? Don't you think it is time you dropped this bitter or the better and made her your equal half? You can enter into gender equality. You see, the trick is in transitioning, in being able to transition from your opening into the body. The opening should not restrict you. The opening should expand the horizon of your program. Caustic. Caustic is another very powerful way. And one has to be very careful in handling it. Only a subject matter expert should handle it. Otherwise, be very careful. The first thing you will probably want to know is where I was born and how lousy my childhood was and how I was a failure. And I don't feel like going into it if you want to know the truth. You know who said this? It was said by none other than Churchill. This is a wonderful start to a presentation where you are an expert. Research has shown that people are more impressed with arrogance when it accompanies SME status than humility. Once when Attlee was the leader of the opposition, Churchill was told by one of his members of the parliament that, sir, you are being so arrogant with Attlee. Attlee is a very humble man. Don't be like that. You know what Churchill said? He said, Attlee has got a lot to be humble about. So you see, when you are a subject matter expert, you know your subject well, and you have established it, and you have got the armamentarium, a caustic opening can work very well. Very, very well it can open. And from here, you can transition into anything. If you want to know the truth, I am not interested in talking about it because that is not why I have come here. This program is not about me. This program is about you. So let's start concentrating on all the good that is there in you. The bad is dead and buried. Let's leave it there. And you enter into the program. Rhetorics. A rhetorical statement is actually a question. Most people don't know that not taking a decision is worse than taking one. Thankfully, we don't have such people here. You have taken the decision to do the DMT course, and you are definitely going to benefit from it. Aren't you benefiting? The rhetoric opens up all the possibilities. That makes the 20 emotional ways I can think of starting a program. Maybe you can think of even more. We have still got 20 minutes. So what we will do is, I will break the team into 3 parts, and you will select the program, the openings for 3 subjects: time management, lifestyle management, and what was the third one?
Gender equality.
Gender equality. Okay? Gender equality, time management, lifestyle management.
Arun sir, I have a doubt here.
Tell me.
When we are looking at all these emotional openings specifically, all of them that you showed us were with an image and something to read.
Yes.
Text and image. So
Yes.
is it that the only way that it can be done?
No, not at all. You don't have to have any the text at all. You can verbalize. Why the text was there is to get you to relate to it, because you are being exposed to it for the first time. But when you are going to do a program, you could have only an image, or you can do it in any other way that you want. The whole idea is see, Lakshmi, the whole idea is you have to create the environment, the ambience for it, and you'll have to verbalize it so that that emotion gets entered into the person. You are drawing a picture in the person's mind. You are getting him to visualize that emotion and feel it, because that is going to replace everything that was there in the mind of the person before he came into the program. There is a lot of background noise. Now you see, so you can create it in whichever way you want. These are the 20 emotions. You will find that most of the emotions in this are emotions which normally people will not attempt that easily. But each one of them is very powerful. Sit down, think how you can transition from this. We will be discussing transitioning later. That is a separate class we will be doing. But before that, you have to know that all these openings are available for you. These openings can be your armamentarium for any sort of a program. There is no program where they will not come in handy. Keep this as a cheat sheet for all your programs. Take the list, the 24, 34 that you have got, the 14 content-based openings, and the 20 emotion-based openings, and see which will be the most appropriate, and then decide upon the transition. Okay? I am now dividing the group into 4 parts. Please go and do it for time management, gender equality, and lifestyle management. Is it clear? You have got 20 minutes. The rooms have been opened. Welcome back. So how was the experience?
Experience
No,
was good. So
no
lack
words
of
for it.
No words.
No words for it.
Interesting and intriguing, sir.
Okay. So we'll start with room number 1.
Okay, I will share my screen, sir. Habib, sir. I think
Gender equality. This is what our team has got it. I think we thought of starting like this. Women are foolish to pretend that they are equal to men. Whatever you give a woman, she in return give a greater things. If we give a groceries, she gives meal. If we give a house, she gives a home. I just pick it. If we give a smile, she even gives a slap as well a heart. So she is always superior and far superior, and she was always have been. This is the only one we got it. So others we don't have.
But how do you transition from this?
Transition means like
You have to transition from this into the gender equality thing.
into the gender equality. Okay. So since there is a different set of grades, we have to equalize it now.
No, you see, gender equality, you want to say that women and men are equal, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When you want to say women and men are equal, you are starting with the premise that women are being foolish by thinking they are equal to men. They are not. What you are trying to tell is they are superior to men.
Yes.
Now, when you are saying they are superior to men, you are telling that when you give woman groceries, she gives you a meal. That means she is taking care of your sustenance. You give her a house, she gives you a home, she gives you social and emotional security. If you give her a smile, she gives her heart. Okay, that's slightly risky because some people might keep going smiling here and there. So now, how do you transition from this into the gender equality? How do you bring about the concept that neither are they inferior nor are they superior. They are equal. They are equal. How do you do it?
So isn't it time that we understand that they are more than equal to us?
No, after you say this, then this statement only goes to prove that even men are foolish. That they put the woman on a pedestal, and then when she orders you around from that position, you complain that she is superior to you and she is bossing around. When are we going to realize that men and women are like two sides of the same coin? Friends, have you ever tried breaking a coin into two and trying to move it in the market and get something?
No.
Gender equality is the only way forward if our society has to come out of all this confusion. You don't need to put your woman on a pedestal and worship her as much as you don't need to put her below your feet and stamp on her. It's all a question of togetherness, and togetherness comes with equality. Let us see, friends, how we can create this togetherness, transition into gender equality.
Or we can put it like to ride a bicycle, the pedal should be up and down. It should be something I cannot able to frame.
So you mean to tell me that sometimes the man should be above, then the woman should be above? Are you rolling down a slope?
No, it should be balanced kind of thing, right?
So you can tell like this, to ride a bike, you need both the wheels working in tandem.
Yep.
No.
Or something
Okay.
like that. So that's what I'm telling you. See, you can, a bike cannot be run only on one wheel, right? Both the wheels are required.
Yep.
Something like that. Yes, you can definitely say
A
something
vehicle
like that.
cannot
But
run
the
with two
whole
different size
idea
of
is,
wheels.
see, one of the major problems of this statement here, which you have created, is you are trying to show her as being better than man. That is not equality. Please understand that. Don't make that mistake in your opening. Gender equality presupposes that the person, the male, is not treating her as an equal. Otherwise, why would women ask for gender equality? If they were being treated as superior, they would be very happy continuing their position. Yes. Next, second one.
No, sir, we could complete only one, not complete, we could do only one thing, sir, out of this three.
You see, remember one thing, whenever there is a contradiction, check your premise.
Okay.
There are no contradictions in your life. If there is a contradiction, there is something wrong with your premise. Here, the contradiction is you are trying to talk on gender equality by telling someone is better than you.
Okay.
Now, otherwise, the subject should have been gender superiority, not equality. Okay, yeah, let's move on to room number 2.
Sir, may I, sir? Okay. Room number 2. Yes, sir. Someone in this hall is a criminal. You know who it is? Yes, it's me. I have committed a gruesome, ghastly murder. And the police are not after me. I have not escaped from the jail. I am scot-free. Whom did I kill? I killed time. How much of time you and I have killed the moment we get up from bed till we go to bed, friends? This is on time management. We use
beautiful.
Thank you. The other two will be done by my friends, colleagues, Sapre ji and Lakshmi ji.
This is an unexpected opening. It's a beautiful opening. Fantastic.
Thank you, sir.
Drama comes naturally to you, Chidambaram, sir. It's a very, very powerful presentation, a powerful opening.
Sapre ji.
Yeah. Have I shared my screen? Yeah.
Yeah, it is there.
So, friends, this is the irony of life if we do not pay enough attention to the real meaning of lifestyle management. If we show this and tell that.
So what exactly do you mean?
It means that you have to focus on the, for better lifestyle management, you need not always be looking at all the luxuries, but there can be a balance.
Okay.
We can twist it a little bit better, but
you show the second slide also.
Yeah, this one. This is the transitioning.
No, but you see, you have to ask a question in between to explain what exactly that person meant by luxuries and necessities, because you can't have only luxuries. Luxury is having a Rolex gold watch. Necessity is having your food every day. Giving luxury a Rolex gold watch and not eating will kill you. So you see, what you need to point out there is that, come to that earlier slide. Put this and then ask him, what did he really mean by saying this? Who was Frank Lloyd Wright and what did he mean by saying this? How could he have the luxury of saying such a statement? Was it because all his necessities were taken care of? But friends, what about those of us whose necessities are still not taken care of? And we ignore them and run after luxuries. With our 2 square meals at home, we think of purchasing a good perfume so that we can impress someone in the outside world. Is that lifestyle management? Or is it creating a mismanaged life for ourselves? Something like that, you can.
Yeah.
Because you see, the person who has made that statement, you have to show what he means. What was he, what was his basic status which made him make such a statement? Maslow's hierarchy of needs, once the basic fundamental needs are taken care of, you start thinking of higher needs. So when he says, give me luxuries, I don't bother about necessities, he's telling that only because he need not bother about necessities anyway, they are already taken care of. But what about those whose basic necessities have not yet been taken care of? Yes, let's go to the third thing. Gender equality completed.
I
Rule
will
number
share.
3. Yeah.
We picked up an image and sarcasm by saying that we talk about gender equality. Try to highlight the sarcasm.
So how do you transition from this?
So this is the first slide that we show, and then we say, so in this world, we still talk about gender equality. We are trying to give them rights, but we are chaining them, but still giving them those rights.
But who is chaining them? Yeah, again, you are bringing in a victim mentality, mindset into it. Why are you doing that? Then what will your program focus on? The victim mindset.
All right, understood, sir. Yeah.
You understood what I'm telling? You see,
Yes,
when you
yes.
want to talk about gender equality, you have got 2 options in front of you. Telling we are already equal, why we are talking about gender equality, and then show how you and men are equal. How women and men are equal. Will that statement be more powerful?
Yes,
Or
yes.
talk about gender equality and show how a man can make you the equal? Please understand one thing. The subliminal implicit message when you say how a man can make you equal is that you are not equal. That is what will go into the mind. But when you say that why are we talking about gender equality when we are already equal?
So then I have another one which I think is more apt than this, because then I think my thought process got a little. So this is one.
Yes, this is a beautiful picture.
And this is the other one. Even now, then we can skip. Just we can say it's the equation.
Yes, this is another very powerful one.
Oh, yeah, these are the
No,
things.
you can hear. Don't put this here like this. You remove this. You put the first one. You remove that slash also. You remove that red line also.
No, that's a ready image that I picked up. So
Okay, now you should put this and then put equal to. In some houses, this is true. In other places, this is true.
Right.
But in reality, this is true.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
You see, you are bringing into focus that in some places, some houses, it is a woman who is more powerful and most decisive and more, dominant than the man. In some places, the man is more dominant, more powerful, more decisive than a woman. But in all places, man and woman are the same. That is true, isn't it?
Yes.
That's all. Then you take it forward. So what happens now? In those places where the woman has subjugated herself to man, the woman needs to be educated that she is equal to man. In some places where the man is dominated by the woman, the man has to be educated that you need to be able to assert yourself, your rights, and you are equal to a woman. And in all places, man and woman are equal. And if both of them are yoked to the cart called the family as equals, only then the family will run. You get to open up the entire program in a beautiful way. You show the positives and negatives of both aspects. A woman having the upper hand, the man having the upper hand, and conclude, sum up by showing how man and woman, if they consider each other as equal, life will be in harmony.
Yes, sir.
Yes, room number 4, huh? Next. Has room number 3 completed everything?
Yes, sir.
Okay, room number 4.
So great. We were also in the same fallacy, basically, to make one more superior. So that will also be seen in some of the slides. So it started off by, recognizing that, when the two opposites come together, disorientation is the bonus. You can see that in the newly married couples. There is always this contention to see who is alpha. Is it my way, highway, spouse way? Yeah, is it a car with the 2 steering wheels going 2 directions? And at the cost of this, what could be lost is oneness. So, women already have proven they can lead at the highest level. Companies like Pepsi and Northrop Grumman are headed by women. So it doesn't mean that women cannot do something. So both men also can be effective leaders. Women also can be. And in the newly married scenario, forgetfulness is equally infectious. Both spouses can forget each other's required or delegated task to get back at each other. So, they are equal, fairly equal. Both need to work on clear division of task and so on. So that is the aspects of forgetfulness and, disorientingness of the equality aspect topic.
On a lighter note, gender equality is practiced the most in the newly married. Do you know that? Can you tell me how? All the married people on this platform should be able to tell it.
Trying to impress the partner for that.
That is not gender equality.
No, so that I'll try to give her importance, right?
How do you do it? How do you establish gender equality as a newly married? Can you unshare the screen, Akash?
Sure. There are a few more topics, but I'll come back to it later.
We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. There is a basic fallacy in this one. That's why I'm telling. The first thing a man does on getting married, what is it? Opens a joint account in the bank. So you see, that is the first way he shows his equality. The second thing he does, he promises her the moon, takes her and puts her on the pedestal and makes her superior.
And makes her nominee also.
Yeah, see, he has already done it. Chidambaram said, you can't beat me. I went one step ahead. I opened a joint account with my wife and my father-in-law. Do you know why?
I don't know.
Because I'm a bloody lazy guy. I would rather someone else went to the bank and stood in the line. Okay, Akash, you can continue with it.
So this is the third aspect for gender equality. Attempt was to bring out sarcasm. So God created man first. He was not happy with the creation. Looking unhappy, he created woman. So woman is the improved version of man. So who needs to be treated equally? But if we think about it, without the men, the question of women might not be that relevant, because a tribe needs men also to fend off the predators.
You can say something like this, you want to create sarcasm in this creation thing. God made man at the end of the first day. God was bored, man was bored. So God made woman. At the end of the second day, God and man went to sleep, little realizing that second night sleep would be their last night of repose.
Last night of
repose, that means rest.
Akash, don't laugh so
I don't know
loudly.
whether I am the only woman who's to take offense to this now.
No.
Akash,
See, this
Akash,
is all
don't
in
laugh
lighter vein.
so
This is all in
loudly.
lighter. See, please understand one thing. Here the question is how you can be sarcastic and transition into the truth. Please
There is nothing to
understand.
be offended about, but I'm just saying, Akash
It's all
and Rajendra sir, please don't laugh so loudly. Otherwise, I'll take pictures and okay, Akash, I can't do anything about you. Rajendra sir, I'll show it to your wife.
Asnim, anyway, you got the message of Mr. Arunji.
Thank you so much, Habib. You were only required right now.
Sir, here the transition should
Sir,
happen immediately.
after peaceful night, what did you say to transition? What was the last?
Then at the end of the second day, when woman was made, God and man went to sleep, little realizing the second night of sleep will be the last night of repose. Repose is restful sleep. Because woman was made from the rib of man, na?
Sir, whenever I made lighter comments on women like in a humorous way, many took it positively. But the current generation, as you said, the transition should happen immediately, sir. There should not be a pause. Though
You see, I'll tell you, there is absolutely nothing wrong. I'm telling you, please don't be under the mistaken impression that women don't have a sense of humor. They have got a fantastic sense of humor. And I can tell you, the guiding spirit in my life is a woman. The person who gave birth to me is a woman. And the one who is taking care of me today as my daughter-in-law is a woman. I am very comfortable making jokes about them because they know that I am the biggest joke of creation. So where is the problem in it? Absolutely no issues.
Now it's modesty, Arun sir.
But I have a joke which I can't hold on now.
No, tell.
So God created. We agree women may be dumb.
Why?
But God
No,
listen to the second part of it. Listen to the second part of it. So we do agree women are dumb, but we were created to match you.
No, that is, you go to, you are not created to match us. You are created to correct us. Okay, now you see, there is this, I had put, I don't know, none of you have read it, I think. I had put something in Diplome Master Trainer about a conversation between a woman and God. Have you read it? Diplome Master Trainer I had put. There is this thing where a woman goes to God and says, God, you made me and gave me it, and I know it is all very beautiful and everything, but it can be very painful at times, carrying heavy things and having to ward off the saber-tooth tiger and that pesky snake. It keeps coming and disturbing me. So do something about it. God says, okay, let me think about it. And he thinks about it and he says, I say, Eve, why don't we do one thing? Why don't we create man? Eve says, what is this thing called man? He says, man is a wonderful creature that I have in my plan. He will do all the labor. He will do all the hard work for you. And then, he will keep you safe from the tiger and the snake. And then, if you train him up properly, but only thing is, he will keep flying off the handle. He will be short-tempered. He will be arrogant. He will be ill-tempered and misbehaved. and he will not be very capable, but you can train him to perform well everywhere, including your bedroom. But the only thing is you'll have to put up with that guy a bit. And what is it that you'll have to put up with? You'll have to keep telling him that he is superior to you. And you know, woman to woman, we know what the truth is. Leave it. Now, where is the glitch here?
You have not completed your story, so there is something
I have
left.
completed the story. At the end, he says, you know, you'll have to, God tells woman Eve that, but then, you know, you will have to keep telling man that he is superior to you and he rules you. He will be satisfied with that, and you can get him to do anything. And you know, Eve, woman to woman, what the truth is, leaves it at that. Find out where the catch is.
What the truth is that one?
Did any of you catch where the catch is?
Towards the end, I think,
Yes,
between
course
woman
it
to
is
woman, we
God
know.
is the woman.
Woman to woman means what? God is woman.
Oh, correct.
That is where the catch is. You know, he's telling whether the creator is itself a woman, and you know, it is a conspiracy between him and his creation, the woman, that they keep telling we are superior and we keep dancing to that tune. And today, more than that, now they are demanding gender equality. You know, you can use this, but only thing is, you know, it might be very difficult for people to catch what exactly it is.
So when did you post this, sir?
Obviously within the last 2 months. But the problem is, none of you people see it.
So 3 days before he had posted it. And one more thing also he had posted.
Sir, day before yesterday, I read what you posted, sir, but you did not ask question on that day, sir.
Then you should tell me, I will come and ask. Because you see, I will ask, nobody will raise their head and there'll be pin drop silence. No, it's okay. Okay, folks, good night. We had a very nice time. It's already 10:30.
Sir, see the last 2 slides now.
Yes. Sure. Yes.
So this is for time management. Yeah, why can't we squeeze out the extra hour? When work is well managed, you get a phantom 25th hour.
Beautiful.
Okay. And same thing, whose time? So is it meeting time, politics time, fixing others' mistake time, annoying workers' time, busy work, emails, internet, bosses, or when it will be my time?
Very good.
And lifestyle management, we attempted poetic. So this is a common acronym on the internet now. YOLO, you only live once. Lived right, once is enough. That's it.
Good, very good. Beautiful. I think we are getting the hang of it. Now, if you can practice this, I think you will get a better hang of it.
Yes.
Only thing is, you know, you need to learn how to transition from it. And then, you know, one of the things that you should never do is try to explain. That you should never do. However much people may have taught you to be elaborate and, you know, explain things, don't make that mistake. Just don't explain. They will get the hang of it. You know, when you start explaining, it only means that you have doubts that they are not understood. It's not that they are not understood. Okay? So next week, whose is the program? I don't know. Friday, I think.
Next week, Friday is your session and Sunday is mine.
Okay, thank you. So Friday, I think we will be starting with a new one because closing is over. Let's see. Okay. Okay, folks. Good night.
Good night, sir.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night.
Right, sir.
Good night.